Welcome to Garnet and Gold Grub, presented by TECO People's Gas. I'm Catherine Phillips, alongside award-winning chef Travis Johnson. He's the executive director of Seminole Dining here on the campus of Florida State, and he's going to walk us through a delicious game day recipe using natural gas. Chef, what do you have for us?
Today we're going to do a fried green tomato, corn mock choux buttermilk dressing. It's going to be really good. It's a light salad. It's great as maybe an alternative for if somebody wanted a vegetarian option.
Okay.
Let's start out with our dressing. Shall we?
Let's do it.
So we start out with our buttermilk ranch, which you can make or you can pick up at the store. And we know that we want this to be a little bit creamier. So we're going to take a little more buttermilk and just incorporate it into the ranch. And then to bring out some more of the flavors, we have a few more ingredients. One of those is our corn. So we took a local corn, we rubbed it with our Cajun spice, which our Cajun spice is made up of 7 different flavors. Okay. So we have black pepper, paprika, chili powder, cumin, granulated onion, garlic, and we roasted this corn. And when it came out, we cooled it and then chopped it off. So this is gonna bring a lot of flavor into this ranch dressing. We'll go ahead and put a little bit in. Let's go ahead and add it all. And now that we have built kind of the foundation of this dressing, next we're going to go ahead and add our peppers to give it a little bit of spice. So today we're working with a serrano pepper and a red pepper.
Okay.
A good balance of between flavor, depth, and spice.
So is the serrano pepper spicy?
Serrano pepper is going to be a little spicy.
Okay.
So if you were looking to dial this back a notch, maybe drop down to like a poblano or just use a green pepper. But it does add a lot of body to it and a lot of flavor. Next, we want to add some fresh aromatics. So we're just going to use fresh parsley today. We'll take a little bit of parsley and then some fresh tomatoes that we've just diced. You can go ahead and prepare this ahead of time. This will stay good for just about a day in your fridge at home. Okay. So if you're getting ready to watch the big game, you can prepare this Friday night, have it ready to go, and then on Saturday, just get up and fry your tomatoes.
All right. Can you use this for a bunch of different meals too?
You can. You can use it as a dressing just on a typical salad. You could use it as a sauce, maybe over seafood. But it does really good and it complements the tomatoes really, really well. So are you ready to get your hands dirty?
I am.
And we'll get in here. First of all, we have to start out with the tomato. So green tomatoes are grown locally here in the South. And if you don't get a good green tomato, you can also use like a local heirloom tomato that a lot of the local farmers will grow. Okay. So we start out with our tomato and we're gonna drop it into our seasoned flour. And our flour, again, is just an all-purpose flour mixed in with a little bit of our Cajun spice. Okay. So go ahead and toss those around in there, coat them real well. Perfect. And we're gonna take them from here, dust them off, and they're gonna go into our buttermilk.
So is this just buttermilk?
We've taken the buttermilk, and again, we've added just a little bit of the Cajun spice to it to build some of those flavors. And we'll move those around. Coated really well. And then they're gonna go into a panko breadcrumb. And at this point, you can use panko breadcrumbs, you could use fine breadcrumbs, depends on the texture you're looking for at the end. But we'll get in here, coat them really well. And while we were getting this ready, we've added our oil to our cast iron pot. We've started to heat that up. You want your oil temperature to be anywhere between 350 and 375 degrees is a good temperature for frying tomatoes. Okay. And you also just want to be careful if you're doing it over in a cast iron kettle like this.
And now we're using natural gas with the controlled flame, so what's the advantage of that?
For frying items, you have a huge advantage because you can control the heat and you can get to the right temperatures that you need to make sure that these tomatoes end up really nice and crisp. They look really good. So those are gonna take, well, probably about 30 seconds to a minute to cook. They'll start to brown. You can go ahead and flip them over. See, they're starting to get some good color. Oh, look at those, it's beautiful. All right.
So you don't keep them in there long at all?
Not long at all. You really just want to toast the breadcrumbs on the outside, and you want to leave the middle to have a little bit of body to it. So we want to keep it real basic. So we just took some iceberg greens and we lightly chiffonaded them, and they're going to give it a little body on the bottom. We're going to take our green tomatoes, lay them right on top here, and then come right back with our buttermilk mock choux dressing. And see, by adding a little bit more buttermilk to it, it makes it a little more creamy.
It looks beautiful.
And lots of flavor. And then we can come back, and of course we like to add a lot of aromatics at the end. So we'll take some green onions, and we'll add a little more parsley to it as well. And you've got a great salad. You want to try?
I'll go for it. I almost don't want to mess it up.
That looks really good.
The dressing.
Good.
The dressing makes it. That's amazing. For full details on this recipe and more information on how you can incorporate natural gas into your home, at your business, or at your next tailgate, go to peoplesgas.com/cooking.